Welcome to Crochet. I'm Lupe. Thank you for joining me for part 1 of the Boho Poncho tutorial. I'm so excited to guide you through this project, step by step. Grab your yarn and hook and let's get started on creating something beautiful. Alright, so the materials that we're going to need is going to be a size 6mm J hook. And also we're going to be using this loops and threads yarn here. It's the Facets, color is Autumn, and we're just going to be using this for the body. You're going to need about 3 to 4 skeins for the size poncho that I'm making, and the size that I'm going to be making is going to be a one size fits most women. And then for the edging or the border, I'm going to use this Caron Simply Soft, and the color here is Bone. And you're going to need about 1.5 skeins, 2 to be safe, depending on how much fringe you're going to use or how long you want your fringe to be. All right, so let's go ahead and get started. So the first step in making this poncho is going to be making the granny square. So we're going to need to make 4 granny squares, and then we'll attach the body together and then add the neckline and the border, the bottom edging, and then the fringes. All right, so the first thing we're going to need to do in doing the granny square is chain up 4. Then we're going to slip stitch into the first stitch to make a circle. Okay, then we're going to chain up 3. 1, 2, 3. Okay, and now we're going to go ahead and in that same circle we're going to go ahead and double crochet 15 times. 1, 2, 3, 4. Sorry, it seems like the tail is going into my double crochet there. Okay, so then once we have our 15 double crochets and the first chain of 3, we're going to go ahead and slip stitch into the front. So let's go ahead and make sure I have 16. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Okay, so I need a couple more here. Okay, 13, 14, 15, 16. All right, so let's go ahead and slip stitch into the third stitch of the first chain 3. Okay, so now we have our circle with 15 double crochets and 1 chain of 3. Now we're going to slip stitch in between the chain of 3 and the double crochet. Okay, and then we're going to chain up 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. And then we're going to do a double crochet. Okay, so we have the chain 4, double crochet in between the other 2 double crochets, and then we're going to chain 1 and repeat double crochet, and that's going to be the repeat for this round. Chain 1, double crochet. All right. Okay, let me make sure I chained 1, double crochet. Chain 1, double crochet. Okay, we'll be doing this 16 times. Okay. All right, so now approaching the end here, and let's go ahead and give it a count. Let me do the chain. So we should have 16 of these posts. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. All right, so now we're going to go ahead and slip stitch in the first and the third chain from the bottom. Okay, now we are going to slip stitch into that space, and we're going to start our puff stitches. So we're going to chain up 3, 1, 2, 3, and then we're going to pull over, grab some yarn, and then pull over. We're going to do this 3 times. So 1, 2, and 3. Okay, and then we're going to go ahead and close it up. Chain 1, chain 2. Okay, so we're going to yarn over, pull through, grab some yarn. 1, 2, 3. Okay, we're going to close up our puff stitch with the chain and then chain again. We're going to continue this all the way around. Yarn over, pull through, yarn over, pull through, yarn over, pull through. All right. Okay, we're going to do that all the way around, doing puff stitches. When we get closer to the end, I'll cut back with you, and we'll close off this round. All right, so we are approaching the end of this round, and we're going to go ahead and make our last puff stitch here. Okay, and close it off. Then we're going to go ahead and slip stitch on the top of the first puff stitch. Okay, and this is what our work should look like at the moment. Okay, and we should have 16 puff stitches. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. All right, so now we're going to go ahead and slip stitch in between puff stitches. Okay, then we're going to chain up 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, and this counts as a double crochet, chain 1, and then a double crochet, because we're going to have a V stitch in this, in between the puff stitches. In between the V stitches, we're going to chain 2. So chain 2. All right, double crochet. All right, chain 2, V stitch, chain 2, V stitch, chain 2. Okay, and that's how this row should be looking at the moment. And we're going to go all the way around with the V stitch, chain 2. When we get closer to the end, I will get back to you and we'll finish off this round. All right, so we are approaching the end of this round, and I'm going to go ahead and do our last V stitch. Chain 2, and then we're going to go ahead and slip stitch on the third stitch from the bottom there. All right, and this is what our work should be looking like at the moment. We have our V stitches, chain 2, V stitches, chain 2 all the way around, and we should have 16 V stitches. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, and 16. All right, so for the next round, we're going to go ahead and slip stitch in between the V stitch. I'm going to chain 3, 1, 2, and 3, and we're going to do a double crochet in that same space. And in the chain 2 space, we're also going to do 2 double crochets. All right, and then again in between the V stitch, 2 double crochets. And this round just consists of 2 double crochets all the way around. And this is what our work should look like right now. So just double crochets. So we have the first chain of 3 and a double crochet in the V-stitch, and then 2 double crochets in the chain 2 space, 2 double crochets in the V-stitch, 2 double crochets in the chain 2 space. And so we're going to go all the way around, and when we get towards the end of this round, I'll show you how we close this one up, and then we move to the next round. All right, so we are approaching the end of this round. Let me go ahead and do the last 2 double crochets, and then we're going to go ahead and slip stitch on the top of that chain 3. All right, and this is what our work should look like at the moment. Okay, and now before we move forward, what I like to do at this stage is count my sets of double crochets, and at this point we should have 32. So let's go ahead and count. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, and 32. Okay. All right, so I just double counted again just to make sure I have the 32, and I do. And so now what we're going to do is chain 1, and in between these 2 double crochets we're going to do a single crochet. All right, and then we're going to chain up for 1, 2, 3, 4. We're going to go ahead and do a double crochet in between the 2 double crochets. Okay, so this row will consist of chaining 2, double crochet in between the 2 double crochets. Okay, chain 2, this yarn is very beautiful, but it does have a lot of snags in it. All right, and then chain 2, double crochet, chain 2, double crochet, and this is what our work should be looking like. Okay, and then we're going to go ahead and just continue that all the way around. We get towards the end of this round, I'll go ahead and close up this round, and we'll move to the next round. All right, so we are approaching the end of this round. We're going to go ahead and do our last double crochet and chain 2, and we're going to slip stitch on top of the chain 3. All right, and this is what our work should be looking like at this point. This is why I like using these yarns, these roving yarns, because the color just changes all by itself naturally, and it comes out different every single time. All right, next round we're going to go ahead and chain 3, 1, 2, and 3, and then in the space where the chain 2 was, we're going to go ahead and put 2 double crochets. Okay, and then we're going to go ahead and double crochet on top of the previous double crochet, and in the space, chain 2 space, 2 more double crochets. So this round consists of just double crochets all the way around, 1 double crochet in the previous double crochet, and 2 double crochets in the chain 2 space. Okay, this is what it looks like so far. And we're going to go ahead and go all the way around, and I will meet up with you at the end of this round to move forward to the next round. All right, we are approaching the last, oh, lost my hook. We are approaching the last 2 double crochets, and then we're going to go ahead and slip stitch on the top of that chain 3. And then we're going to go ahead and take a quick look at our work here. Okay. All right, so moving forward, we're going to go ahead and do a chain 1, and then we're going to go ahead in that same stitch, we're going to go ahead and do a single crochet. So on top of that chain 3. Okay, and then we're going to go ahead and chain 3, 1, 2, 3, and then single crochet on top of the so we're going to skip 2, 1, 2, and then single crochet. And it's also on top of the double crochets, the previous double crochet and the previous crochet before that for the post. So it should be lining up. Okay, so single crochet and then chain 3, 1, 2, 3, skip 2, 1, 2, single crochet, chain 3, 1, 2, 3, skip 2, 1, 2, and then single crochet, chain 3, 1, 2, 3, skip 2, 1, 2, single crochet. And this is what our work should look like, and this is all that this round consists of. So we have the single crochet, chain 3, skip 2, 1, 2, single crochet, chain of 3, skip 2, single crochet, all the way around. And we'll meet up at the end of this round. All right, we are approaching the end of this round, so let me go ahead and do those last 3 chains. And then we are going to close off this round by slip stitching into that first single crochet. All right, and this is what our work should look like. And we should have 32 of these hoops all the way around. Okay. For the next round, what we're going to do is slip stitch into this, into the hoop, to the space here, and we're going to chain 3, 1, 2, 3, and then in that same space we're going to do 2 more double crochets. Okay, and in every space we're going to do 3 double crochets all the way around. So it's a very simple round as well. It definitely looks harder than what it actually is. So just 3 double crochets all the way around here. Okay. All right, and this is what our work should be looking like at the moment. We're going to continue on doing 3 double crochets in each of these little spaces, and we'll meet up at the end of this round. All right, we are approaching the end of this round. Just finishing up the last 3 of these double crochets, and then I'm going to go ahead and slip stitch on top of the first chain 3, and we'll take a quick little look. All right, and we should have 32 groups of 3 double crochets all the way around. All right, now for the next round we are going to chain 1, and we are going to do a single crochet in between these 2 sets of 3 double crochets. So go ahead and do a single crochet there. Then we are going to chain 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, and we're going to go ahead and just do a single crochet in between the next set of double crochets. Okay, chain 4, 2, 3, 4, single crochet in between double crochets, 1, 2, 3, 4, chain, single crochet. So it's just basically another easy round of just a single crochet, chain 4, single crochet in between the 2 sets of. All right, so let's continue on. We're going to be doing the a chain of 4, and then single crochet, chain of 4, single crochet in between the sets of double crochets all the way around. And when we're done, we should have 32 of these chain 4 spaces. All right, and we'll meet up at the end of this round. All right, so we are approaching the end of this round. Let me go ahead and do those last chain of 4, and we are going to single crochet onto the first single crochet. So we slip stitch in here in the single crochet, and now take a quick little look at our work. It's coming along just beautifully. And we should have 32 of these little hoops again. All right, and now we're going to go ahead and start doing our corners. So for the corner, what we're going to do now is chain 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. We are going to do a triple crochet. So yarn over twice. Go ahead and do our triple crochet. Chain 2, and then we're going to do another 2 triple crochets. And this is how the corners are going to be for this round. Okay, so we have our chain of 4, a triple crochet, chain of 2, and then 2 more triple crochets. Okay, in the next little hoop here, we're going to go ahead and do 4 double crochets. So 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, and then in the next little hoop here, we're going to go ahead and do 4 half double crochets. So 1, 2, 3, and 4. Okay, and in the next 3 loop spaces, we're going to, in each of them, it's going to be 4 single crochets. So let's go ahead and do 4 single crochets in the first set. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, and the next loop, then we're going to do another 4. 1, 2, 3, 4 single crochets, and then again 4 more single crochets. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, and then in the next space, we're going to go ahead and do 4 half double crochets. So 1, 2, 3, 4. The next set we're going to do is 4 double crochets. So 1, 2, 3, 4, and now we're going to go ahead and make another corner. So we're going to do that by doing 2 triple crochets, chain 2, 1, 2, and then 2 more triple crochets. So this round, will be turning our circle into a square, and that consists of the corners are going to have, the first one's going to have the chain of 4 and then a triple, chain 2, and 2 triple crochets. Then in the next space is going to be 4 double crochets, and the next space 4 half double crochets, and the next space 4 single crochets, and the next space 4 single crochets, next set 4 single crochets, and then also followed by in the next space we're going to have the 4 half double crochets, followed by 4 double crochets, and then closing off the square here, or the corner here, would be the 2 triple crochets, chain 2, and 2 triple crochets. And so now we're just going to go ahead and do this part all the way around with the 4 corners. Okay, and we'll meet up when we're all cut up at the end of this round. All right, we are approaching the end of this round. I need to just finish it off with doing the last 4 half double crochets, and then the last 4 double crochets. With using this roving yarn, that happens occasionally. All right, now we're going to go ahead and slip stitch on the top of the 4th chain. All right, and this is what our work should be looking like at the moment. At this point, I do like to go ahead and count out to make sure that I have the correct number of spaces to work with, because I don't want to have a lopsided square. So I always do it like this, like corner, 1 2 1 2 3 1 2 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 corner. Okay, so it's all complete. All right, so now we are going to go ahead and do the same stitch of the previous row minus the corners. The corners are going to consist of 2 double crochets, chain 2, double crochet, but everything else is going to be the same. So let's go ahead and get started with a chain of 3, 1 2 and 3, and then double crochet in that next space, and then in this chain 2 space we're going to do 2 double crochets, chain 2, 2 double crochets. Okay, and then we're going to go ahead on top of the triple crochet, we're going to do a double crochet and then another one. Okay, so that's the only part that's going to be a little bit different, is on top of the triple crochets you're going to just do a double crochet in the space, 2 double crochets, chain 2, 2 double crochets, and then again a double crochet on top of the triple crochet followed by another double crochet on top of the stitch there. All right, now we're at the block of 4 double crochets, so we're just going to continue on and do 4 more double crochets. Okay, and then followed by 4 half double crochets. So we're just going to follow the previous stitch. The only changes in the corners. All right, now we're going to do the single crochets. Okay, now we are approaching the half double crochets. 1 2 3 and 4. All right, and then followed by the 4 double crochets. Then we're approaching the triple crochet, so we're just going to go ahead and do double crochets. And in the chain 2 space, we're going to go ahead and do 2 double crochets, chain 2, and 2 double crochets. All right, and this is what our work should be looking like. And we're just going to go all the way around and continue following the same stitch except for on the corners where we just continue on with double crochets, and we'll meet up at the end of this round. All right, so we are approaching the end of this round here, and we're going to go ahead and do the last 4 double crochets. Okay, and then we will slip stitch on top of the third of the chain 3 stitch. Okay, and this is what our work should look like at this point. Okay, and it is looking like a square, and that's exactly what we want. All right, so we're going to go ahead and continue on. For the next round, we're just going to start up by chaining 3, 1 2 3, and now we're just going to do a double crochet all the way around, and in the corners we're going to continue with the same 2 double crochets, chain 2, and 2 more double crochets. All right, and then we're going to continue on here by doing a single crochet in every stitch along the way. And so we want to go ahead, so we did our corners, 2 double crochets, chain of 2, 2 double crochets, and now we're going to go ahead right into here, and do a double crochet and continue all the way down the line. Another fairly simple round. Okay. Using this yarn makes it a little bit easier for just the colors to come out naturally. You don't really have to go out and pick all these different colors. They just come out and they complement each other very well. All right, and now we're just going to do a double crochet all the way around, excluding the corners. 2 double crochets, chain of 2 and 2 double crochets, and all the way around. And when we get towards the end of this round, we'll go ahead and meet up again, and we'll close up this round and continue on to the next round. Okay, now we are approaching the end of this round of just the double crochets. Let's go ahead and finish these off here. And then we're going to slip stitch on the third stitch of the chain 3. Okay, and this is what our work looks like at the moment. Okay, now we're going to go ahead and move forward to the next round. And the next round is just going to be, well, we're going to start off with the chain of 3. 1, 2, 3. Then and one more chain. And then we're going to skip 1 and double crochet. Okay. Chain 1, skip 1, double crochet. Skip 1, and then we're going to end up being in the chain 2 space of the corner, the chain 2, and then 2 double crochets. So the corners are still going to remain the same. Chain 1, skip 1, double crochet. Okay, and we're going to do that all the way around. Chain 1, skip 1, double crochet. Chain 1, skip 1, double crochet. Skip 1, chain 1, double crochet. Chain 1, skip 1, double crochet. Chain 1, skip 1, double crochet. Now I'm going to go ahead and work with you till we get to the end of this, to the end of this line here, get to that corner. Sometimes it doesn't just go straight into the corner stitch, so I will show you what I'm talking about. Okay, so we're going to continue on with our chain 1, skip 1, double crochet. 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 Okay. All right, now we are fast approaching. All right. Okay, so this is what I was talking about. So here we are approaching the corner, and we're going to chain 1, and we're going to skip 1, and we're going to go into the one before the chain 2 space. So let's go ahead and do that. So if that happens, just go ahead, do your double crochet where it's supposed to go, and then go ahead and do your 2 double crochets, chain 2, double crochet for the corner, and then we're going to match what we did on this side. So then just go ahead and put a double crochet right in that next space, and then now we can continue on with our chain 1, skip 1, double crochet. Okay, so let's go ahead and do that all the way around, and we'll meet up at the end of this round here. All right, so we are fast approaching the end of this round as well. And let's go ahead and finish the last double crochet, chain 1, and slip stitch on the top of the chain 3. Okay, and this is what our work should look like. Okay, and now for this next round, we are just going to do a double crochet all the way around. So double crochet, we're going to do a chain of three, chain up 3, and then double crochet in the chain 1 space, double crochet on top of the previous double crochet in this chain 1 space, and again all the way around, except for in the corners. We're going to continue on with the same stitch of 2 double crochets, chain 2, 2 double crochets. All right, and then we're going to go ahead and continue on with a double crochet all the way around, and our square is gradually getting bigger. Let's see what our work is looking like. And so we're going to go ahead and continue on going all the way around, and we will meet up at the end of this round to continue on to the next round. All right, so we're going to go ahead and finish our double crochets and finish off this round. I'm going to slip stitch on the top of the chain 3. All right, now if you wanted to make your boho poncho like for a size extra small, I would suggest stopping at this round, and then we'll put the border on. If you're going to continue to move forward and make it for the one size fits most, which is what I would consider a size medium to a extra large, I would continue on as I do. If you wanted it to be a bigger size, I would suggest doing another row, doing an additional row of the same color as this. All right, so let's go ahead and move forward to the next row. So the next row is going to be a chain of 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, and we're going to do what we did a couple rows before, is just skip 1, double crochet, chain 1, skip 1, double crochet, all the way around, chain 1, skip 1, double crochet. Okay, and then do the corners as we've been doing them with the 2 double crochets, chain of 2, okay, and then continue on chain 1, skip 1, double crochet. Okay, so this is what our work should be looking like at the moment. We have our started round. We're going to continue on going all the way around, and when we get back to the starting point, we'll go ahead and close off and move on to the next round. All right, so let's go ahead and finish up doing the last double crochet here, chain 1, and then we're going to slip stitch into the top of the chain 3. Okay, and this is what our work should be looking like. Now, if you wanted to go ahead and make it for a bigger size, I would do another round of the same color, and then we're going to still have another round of the border. So, and if you wanted it smaller, I would just omit this last round that we just did and just stay with the double crochets. Okay. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and fasten off here. Move my work down. I'm going to fasten off, and now we're going to go ahead and do the last round. And for me, I'm going to go ahead and use the bone color here. And this round is just basically going to go back to this round, the round that we did with the double crochets, just using the different color. Or if you like, you don't have to switch over colors. You could just do another round with the same color as the body, but I just choose to use a border just to highlight the colors. And again, you can use any colors. You don't have to use the same yarn as I do What I would recommend is that that you use a size 4 weight yarn to get the same effect. Okay, and now I like to start in the corner, and so all I'm going to do is start with a chain of 3 and a double crochet, and as with in all corners, we're going to just do the chain 2 and 2 more double crochets. Okay, and then just double crochet all the way around. All right. So we're gonna double crochet all the way around. In the space, we're gonna do a double crochet. On top of the previous double crochet, we're gonna double crochet. Okay, and this is what our work should be looking like. Continue on a little bit more. All right, so let me go ahead and finish off here. Continuing on with our double crochets, and then when I get closer to the end of this round, I'll get back on and we'll close off this round and we will do the next steps. All right. And now that we're approaching the end of this round, we are going to go ahead, finish this round, and then we need to make 4 of these exact same granny squares. So the next step is closing this off, making 3 more granny squares, exactly the same amount of rows, so our square won't be lopsided, or our poncho won't be lopsided. Okay, let me just go ahead and slip stitch into these both, and I just close off right there on the corner. Okay, so let me go ahead and get my scissors and close off. We'll cut off this end here. All right, so let's go ahead and take a quick look at our square. Now you can use, again, you can use any color yarn that you like. You can keep the border as the same as the body, or you could do a different color border. I typically, again, suggest using a size 4 weight yarn. All right, and so now we need to get 4 squares. Okay, once we have our 4 squares done, we're going to go ahead and bring them together, and then we'll go to the next step of connecting all the parts together. And for that step, we are going to need a sewing needle. I like using one of these, and we're going to use the same, I'm going to use the same kind of yarn as the outside border. All right, so let's go ahead and get our 4 squares completed, and then once we do that, we'll come back and we'll move to the next step. All right. Thank you for watching part 1 of the Boho Poncho tutorial. I hope you enjoyed it and found it helpful. Don't forget to like this video and subscribe to Facets so you don't miss part 2. See you there.